Hi guys, this is just a short video to go over the concept of design principles and design patterns in software and web development. And why is that desirable? Let's start with the concept of loosely coupled systems. Why would you want that? What is that all about? So the easiest way to explain it would be let's take a look at a car engine. I've just Googled car engine, picked one at random. So let's take a look. Here's an oil pan, a cylinder block, and the cylinder head, and all the stuff in between. But imagine this outer layer. Imagine that was welded shut. No bolts, you couldn't take it apart. It's welded shut with the internals shut off. So you can't get to the pistons, you can't get to the valves. This thing works one way and one way only. If a valve goes and you need to change it, well, that's not going to happen. Buy a new engine. That would be considered tightly coupled. Imagine for a second, let's make it even worse. Imagine for a second, nothing could come apart. Everything is tightly coupled and welded together, so that if you wanted to change a valve, your options are to either buy a new engine or saw things apart in a machine shop, saw the valve out, cut it out, and somehow put in a new one. That would be the same as a software or web system that's tightly coupled. You want to change something? Probably not going to happen without extensive remodeling work. So, yeah, guys, this car engines are very loosely coupled. Everything can come apart. So, it should be the same with software and web systems. We would want them to be come apart into tiny little pieces so that if you want to change something, you only have to change that tiny little piece and leaving the rest of the system largely unaffected. Also, doing such, you can easily test each tiny little piece to make sure it is doing its job correctly. If you have a tightly coupled system, testing it becomes a nightmare. There is no real way to test it. So that is why, guys, that is why loosely coupled systems and software design principles and design patterns are very important. They help us achieve that end game where things can come apart easily, things are easily testable, and down the road, in a year or two or three, you want to change something in your system, not a problem. It can come apart into little parts and things can be changed, and it's much more cost effective and robust.